you might have unconsciously picked up this approach to learning when you were a student, and it makes sense, and I'll explain why. The approach is taking something that you consider really important and basically just investing a lot of time and effort to memorizing it to completion. In the context of computer science and being a developer, one of those areas might be data structures and algorithms. It's important that you take the approach of memorizing it, especially in the context of a student, because it's likely that the class you're taking or how your success is measured in that class is by taking a test or demonstrating that you learned something and can apply these problems in the realm of data structures and algorithms. So of course, like, you're incentivized to take an approach to them into the learning there that involves you memorizing them. But on this topic specifically, from what I've seen in day-to-day life as a developer, is that it's actually very uncommon. Almost never will you run into a scenario where you need to have memorized these things and then be able to solve a problem just with having them memorized. It certainly helps, but I don't think it's imperative. And I actually want to make an argument for the value in taking your time, taking your efforts and attention when it comes to learning, and when it comes to continuing to grow as a software developer, and pursuing a more like breadth facing approach to learning. The reason why is, for any experienced software developer I've met, what they're really good at is, as your team, as your company goes through its life cycle of trying to drive value to end users, different problems are going to come up as you are working on software. That's just kind of an inevitability of the industry, and it's the more experienced developers that are able to tackle and navigate unforeseen problems, or even point out the potential of problems that they have encountered in the past and can bring those up in planning meetings. But again, when it comes to like real problems in the flesh, they are able to draw on a breadth of their past experiences in order to give insight, in order to provide information that is going to be helpful ultimately for the team to make a decision about how to move forward. And by concentrating all of your time and effort learning one or two, or just in one area with such an intense focus, again, I don't want to make a case for there not being value there. Instead, I want to propose the idea that as we are continuing to learn and grow as developers, taking a more breadth-oriented approach to learning and trying to solve as many problems in as many different domains as possible, that might offer us more value in the long run, because one, it will enable us to think beyond just the current contexts that are available to us of what we've learned, and to the point of a lot of more experienced engineers are able to contribute more value when it comes to solving problems, because they've experienced so many different types of problems. They arrived at that place of expertise by having gone through and solving a bunch of different problems in a bunch of different domains. And it's in that breadth of knowledge that they gain this greater awareness of how to solve different problems. And even if they don't know how to solve the problem itself, having the awareness of what peripheral or related information might be helpful to solving that problem, that's where, similar to how if I were to go solve like a data structure and algorithm problem like today or tomorrow, it's like I have the awareness of how to solve them, and then I can, with Google or with some, type of resource like this, like I can get to a good solution. But it's due to that awareness of what kind of domain that problem is in. And similarly, just having the awareness of what solution might exist for some type of random problem, you get that by focusing on breadth and by focusing on a bunch of different random even types of problems. So to put it succinctly, I think there's an immense amount of value in learning, but specifically, and if given the choice, invest your time in solving problems in different domains and not over identifying with one specific area of focus.